Yes, team, and welcome to session 14 of Mindset Mastery 2.0. So if you have just come in to either Unbreakable Elite or Unbreakable Accelerator recently, you might be jumping straight into this video. I'm going to reiterate this at the start of each video now. Mindset Mastery 2.0 is a 52-week course for high performers, high achievers and business owners who want more out of life, to work on their mental resilience, their mental strength, their grit and their mindset. However, everything has been strategically planned. So if you're new, go back to session 1, work through. You can tick them off as fast as you want. If you wanted to do one every day for 7 days to get up to 7, do it. Write your insights down, write your take-homes down. You know, these are also sessions to be watched and learned and studied. This isn't just motivational, personal development stuff to watch, be inspired, and then go back to doing what you've always done. Everything is strategic. Everything is set out in a certain way. And that's why we also have the questions and the insights in the descriptions of each session to make sure that we actually do the work and we implement what we've learned on the session, not just listen to this, feel inspired and then move forwards. But we're going to flow from week 1 to week 52. And trust me, in the back end, the last 26 weeks, it gets very, very spicy. This is life-changing, transformative stuff. So, session 14, if you look very carefully, okay, at your entire life so far, go all the way back, go through your relationships, go through the courses you've been on, go through your early years, go through your education, go through your jobs, go through your careers, go through your businesses. You'll realize that pretty much everything has followed a pattern. Literally everything. And what you will also realize is that they are all connected. Now, what we're going to learn in these next 3 sessions, 14, 15 and 16, is going to blow your minds. And it is life-changing stuff. So switch on, buckle in and listen up. Now, if we don't drink, if we don't take drugs, if we don't party, if we train more, if we look after our bodies, if we get to bed on time, if we eat well, if we're confident, if we make loads of money, if we have a tidy house, if our relationship's amazing, all of those things are connected. Likewise, if we're boozing, we're not exercising, we're eating shit, guess what? We tend to lose confidence. We don't make much money. We end up in debt. The house is messy. Our sleep's all over the shop. And very often, our relationships will be a disaster because our energy's off. See how they're all connected? Everything is connected and everything is in sync. No booze, training, eating, sleeping well, your energy will be 10 out of 10. Boozing, not training, eating shit, terrible sleep, not hydrated, your energy will be 0 out of 10. Now, there's also various areas. I don't coach you guys on just transforming your bodies. Fitness, fun, family, focus and finance. They are all connected. That's why it's called Unbreakable Fitness, Nutrition, Mindset and Business, not just fitness. Now, trust me, if you fix your negative habits or your toxic habits, everything in life will get better. Physical fitness, nutrition and mindset is the foundation of a happy life. Now, you are not powerless in life. Despite what you may have been led to believe or what you've actually taught yourself to believe, you are in charge of absolutely everything. You can be, do and have anything you want. You are the driver, not the passenger. And bad luck doesn't exist. Things just happen and they happen to everyone. One of my least favorite irritating phrases is, why do bad things always happen to good people? They don't. That's such a bullshit comment. Shit just happens and it happens to everyone. It's how you deal with it that makes the difference, okay? Bad luck doesn't exist and nothing in your life is anybody's fault apart from your own. The sooner you accept that and take ownership and take responsibility and adapt your behavior in line with your new insights, the sooner you will move forwards, because you are not a victim of sources outside of yourself. Trust me, okay? You're in charge. You're the master of your destiny. You're the director of your movie and you're the driver of your car. And you can do, be, and have anything you want as long as you start to understand that. As I said, session 16 is going to blow your mind when I talk about what happens when you start being the person that you want to attract, when you stop judging other people. By the time you've watched session 16, your entire view of life will have changed. And I guarantee you, just from session 16 alone, you'll be 10 times happier than you are now. And you're going to have a moment when I deliver something that I've never shared, when you're literally going to go, oh my God, how have I been getting this wrong for so many years? Especially if you are in business. And it's all about how we are all mirrors. Now, if you have chaos in your inner world, you will always have chaos in your outer world. But what happens is everyone's trying to fix the external. They're trying to fix the partner, fix the kids, fix the relationship, fix the business, fix the past is a big one, okay? Before fixing the inner. And we have to understand that your patterns are a result of the inner. And if you take control of your thoughts and actions, then you can move forward. But you will have to do it. As absolutely nobody is coming to rescue you. Now, what you don't realize is, and it took me years to get this, if I'm struggling in my business, if I'm struggling with my body, training, everything feels off. Like the thing that you naturally want to do is work harder. Work more hours. Look for who you need to sack in the business. Look for who you need to hire. Look for the new coach because you decide your coach isn't working for you anymore. You look external to fix the problem. And if you just stopped and went, do you know what? The reason my business isn't operating and I'm out of shape is internal. It's because my mindset's gone and I'm not operating properly. So I need to step out, forget about business for a bit, forget about the plan, and I need to fix myself. Because when I fix myself first, then all of those things will be better. But, you know, we also have to understand, and you guys will be laughing by now, whether it's Danny Lee or Lorraine or Michelle or Karen or Deborah, this Jimmy, like I could go on and on and on. How many people are back here for the second, third, or even fourth time? Either because you maybe got shiny object syndrome and thought, oh, maybe this person's better than Lee, so I'll go work with them. If you did, that's totally cool. I've done that multiple times with coaches. Or you did the classic, I'm all right now, I've got the results, I'll be okay on my own, I can go spend that money somewhere else. Only to return to your old self, gain 3 stone and come back. Now, whether it's money or fat loss, like you must be able to win or succeed and keep it. Because if you just let the dark side take you back every time, it's completely pointless. There's no point losing 3 stone in 90 days and seeing how fast you can do it, only to gain it again. There's no point grafting in your business to make 10 grand, only to make reckless decisions and go and spend it. Now, honestly, for 10 years, everything I created, I destroyed. Don't forget, I've built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses that aren't now in existence. Nightclubs, events companies, festivals, fitness businesses, not here anymore. Because I couldn't keep it. Because I destroyed it. I've done it with my body multiple times. I've done it with businesses multiple times. I decided I wanted to burn the body transformation company to the ground and just do mindset. You know, I've made these mistakes myself, but what I've learned is what I'm going to share tonight. And so often, or today, or whenever you're reading this, you know, total self-sabotage. The second that I quote unquote made it, I went and sabotaged it. And, you know, you'll hear people saying things like, maybe it's because you don't think you're worthy of success, Or maybe you destroy the relationship because you don't feel worthy of love, blah, blah, blah. I don't agree. I think that's just like a therapy smokescreen thing. Like, I think it's because you set the bar too low and didn't set a new bar. You smashed it, got bored, didn't set a new one, and then went back to your old self, your old habits, and your old peer group, and your old mates who don't call you out on your own bullshit until you ended up stuck in the same position, then had to come back and say, hey, Lee, I need your help again. Can I come back on board? Now, look at Tyson Fury. Look at David Bellew, Tony Bellew. David Coldwell's his coach. Became world champion and then got overweight and depressed because there was no new bar. So there was nothing to stay inspired. People don't lose motivation, they just get bored. Now, the goal needs to be not just to hit the body or the business goal or the financial barrier, but to understand thyself, to understand how to keep hold of those and understand your level of consciousness and understand why you self-sabotage, why you do the classic business owner 3-month burnout cycle or body transformation one. They're almost intrinsically the same in body and business. Now, what if we could just remove the destructive side of us? Jesus wept. If I could remove the destructive side of me, I'd have 5 7-figure businesses now, and I would be in the best shape of my life, and I'd be married, and I wouldn't have any failed marriages, and everything in my life would be perfect. But that didn't happen, because everything I built I destroyed. Now, how about if we could end self-sabotage for good? Drop me a hell yeah if you've watched this far in the comments if you're ready to end self-sabotage, be it with food, money, relationships, or anything. Now, the big shift here is moving from how do I get in shape or how do I make more money to how do I understand myself on such a deep level that I can always control my emotions and my actions and never sabotage my results. Because if you can do that and you can fix your mind, your body and business will just fly. So back to self-sabotage, because I want to actually reframe it. I want to reframe self-sabotage as self-soothing, because that's essentially what it is. And it's the reason it happens, because you're escaping a pain like a baby self-soothes, right? We self-soothe with alcohol or drugs or gambling or pornography or food or any of these things. Because we're basically escaping a pain that we're refusing to face and get a handle on. And until we do, things will never change. So the large part of when I was talking about when everything was going wrong for me was I thought I could still have the party life and a great body. I thought I could still have the party life and a stable relationship. I thought I could have the party life and still run a business. They just don't go together. But you have to confront the reason why you're doing it, which is what we're going to come on to in session 15, which is going to be exactly what denial is, why it's destroying your goals, how to handle it once and for all, so we can not just only get where we want, but stay where we want. Because until we handle the dark side head on, we'll never change. And we have to confront why we do the things that destroy our goals, why we do the things that slow us down, why we do the things that stop our progress. Because if we live in denial and we don't take responsibility for our actions and our behavior, and then create new actions and new behaviors in line with our new insights, then we're always going to self-sabotage, we're always going to stay stuck, we're always going to feel frustrated, and eventually, worst case scenario, you probably just give up. So we'll be coming on to this in session 15, but just to recap on everything that we're going through. As I said, we have to understand, 1, everything's been following a pattern. 2, we have a dark side. 3, everything is connected and it's in sync. 4, we've got multiple areas to work on to be happy. Fun, fitness, family, finance, and focus. 5, we have to fix the internal before we fix the external. So if you're struggling in any area of life, if you're struggling with your fitness, nutrition, your mindset, if you're struggling with your business, you're struggling with your mind, with your relationship, go in the mirror and look inside of yourself and look at what you need to fix before you start fixing the external. And remember, The key to ending self-sabotage is always setting a new goal as soon as we set a new goal, because if we don't, we'll get bored and then we'll go back to the old self. So we're going to look at ending self-sabotage forever. We're going to look at exactly what denial is and how to get a handle on it, and how we stop making the same mistakes and the same patterns that are keeping us stuck and that kept me stuck for over 10 years of my life. Guys, I love you all. I'll see you on session 15.